Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Jeff's Vegetable Garden and Containers. We haven't had a video or put anything out in a while, so I wanted to give a little update on where we are out here with the greenhouse with things growing in here for the winter. Last few nights you've had freezing temperatures since we've gotten back home, and it was actually like frost and a little thin coat of like frosty ice all over everything. So I'm glad I did what I did before I went away. We were away for about a week or so. We went away and on a cruise in the Caribbean. Then we come back, and of course the whole family kind of had a little bit of a cold going down. Not me and my wife, but we caught it, and my wife ended up getting sick. The whole family ended up getting, each one of them got a little bit sick one way or the other, and I ended up getting pneumonia. For the last week I've been kind of screwed sitting here at home, wanting to get a lot done, but haven't been able to do a damn thing. So I've had pneumonia 4 or 5 times, 10 times in my life, and let me tell you, it stinks, and don't like having it. So you always think you're always susceptible once you get it, and I've had walking pneumonia, I don't know how many times, and this was pure bird pneumonia, so I was out and done. So glad to be functioning again after about last maybe two days of the vacation where really started hitting me hard, and then a good let's see, that's been 1, 2, like another 6 days. It's about like 7 days. It's just been last 4 or 5 days been terrible, and then today seemed to ease up a little bit. So we just excuse me, just hoping that it's cleared up pretty good to where we're not too worried about it anymore, or catching up with us anymore. So what I ended up doing today was I come out to the greenhouse, and high today was supposed to be 52. I think it might have gotten to 54, 55, but still. And I opened this greenhouse up here with it all closed up because we had a real hard freezes and everything the last couple nights. It was probably 90 something in here, so it was really kicking ass. I had these back vents in the front. I have to let this thing air out all day while I've been out here in the yard doing stuff, putting some metal in the compost areas and securing the fencing up around and all that. So I just want to get in here and finish things up and then give you a look in here and see how we're doing. In here so far, those were the potatoes I had already started. You can see they're all probably 2 foot, 2.5 foot high there, and those bins there. So we seem to be doing pretty good. These over here are starting to show their age. You can see them, right? Same greenhouse, but they put these in a while ago. So I think they were leftover kind of scrubby potatoes. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get out of them. There's some fresher potatoes I put in recently, and some right there. And I strawed everything. I like using a finer, smaller straw. You can see the carrots coming up in there. So I re-strawed everything to have it to be a certain way, and I'll be honest with you, I don't like the longer straw, but they were at a fine straw I really like. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it that well, but that is actually the garlic coming up there. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, I think these 5 barrels here are garlic. Another tomato here. That's actually a cucumber coming up in there. That's kind of weird. It says tomato in there. Look at the size of them onions coming up out of there already. And I just put them in 2 weeks ago, maybe. So 1, 2, those back 4 there are more onions that are going to be coming up. But like I said, that's a cool thing about gardening to a point, is you never know what's going to grow at what time. At certain years it grows, you know it's going to grow, but you're not sure what's going to come up quicker than the others sometimes. And it's kind of like a challenge to figure out, because every time it changes just a little bit about what you're seeing and what you're doing or what you're involved with. So, and obviously by the looks of this here, with the heat we've had in here a little bit, it's grass. I'm gonna have to get in here and because those are potatoes right there I just put in. The straw is dry up top, but let me see what this moisture feels like. That still feels pretty moist in there, so I'm not too excited. I don't have to get anything wet. And this inside, you can see up here now. I don't know if you can see it with the camera as well as I can, but this whole inside of this thing was just sweating, just full of moisture from before I left in the barrels, and then it getting warmer here in the day, so it's acting like its own little greenhouse, and all this plastic gets wet in here, and it just drips down and on the plants and keeps good moisture in here. So it's a real good effect. The only thing you really got to watch out for is the heat at times when you have it closed, even on a cool day, where it'll really start coming back. But I think I caught this really okay by the time I got back. So those potatoes I'll probably be pulling out in the next 2 weeks or so out of those front barrels, and then put some more in there to keep it going, and the other stuff will just keep coming back up further and further, and we can watch it produce as you can. But like I said, we got quite a few things growing in here right now, and over there's the older greenhouse. When I say older, I put it back up because what I'm using that one for, like I told you, over winter, and that has all the peppers, tomatoes, eggplant, all that stuff left over that I had that I wanted to overwinter and let grow back in the garden next year in its containers. I'm not taking it out of its containers. That way next year I can just put some fresh fertilizer and put them up in good fertilizer on them, and put a little top dressing of soil, mix up the top crust inside the pots, and pop them back out. And they should do their thing. I've proved that. Sometimes, like I said, over years, don't be an impatient gardener like me. Sometimes I am, and I don't like just seeing the branches sit there for a while. I'm like, God damn it, grow. But they do come back. But sometimes I get impatient. And some of them, you do every winter, just don't do as well as the others. So, and that's 4 of those big trash cans full of soil that I got left over that I gotta get them covered up with some plastic or whatever, and then they'll sit there all year, and then next year I can just reuse that dirt and refertilize it and what's that word? Reinvigorate it or whatever. I can't think of it. And then it'll be ready for the season to grow everything. Because that stuff's normally good for 2 to 3 years, and as long as you're keeping it productive and not just sitting somewhere, it'll normally do a good job of keeping up for you. All right, guys, well, I didn't want to put too much in. It's just getting to be that time of the year. You can see the trees. Everything's changing color. Most of it that was all green and colorful in the yard here and everything is falling off the trees now. And it's getting to be that point of the year where another 2 to 3 weeks from now, maybe 4 weeks max, there won't be a leaf on a tree. And then we'll be in boring ass winter. Oh well, that's the way it goes. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Don't forget to go out and share the videos, and like and subscribe to the channel. It's very appreciative. And we'll keep putting them out. And don't forget, we're out here at YouTube at Jeff's Vegetable Gardening and Containers. We're out at Facebook at Jeff's Vegetable Gardening. We're at Jeff's Gardening on Instagram. And we're out at, what is the name of, I'm trying to think of my fourth site, guys. I haven't done this in a while. My head's a little wacky. We're out on LinkedIn too at Jeff's Gardening. And now it's called something else. Not LinkedIn. What's that called? Can't think of it right now, but they changed this letter, that guy Elon Musk owns. I can't even, but we're out there. And we're also out on Pinterest. So we'll just keep moving towards everything and see how everything goes. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there. We'll keep getting these videos back up as we feel a little better here and start working on more stuff. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.